Welcome to Single Mom Survive and Thrive. Just me plus 3, and we're living our best life. Hi everyone, this is Jeanette. Welcome to my 4th episode called Me, Myself, and I. I am so excited to be back with you guys. I'm so sorry I took an unintentional hiatus, so I haven't put up an episode in a while. But I'm back now, and I'm here to have an awesome conversation about some awesome stuff. So this time I did something a little bit different. I'm kind of excited for you to hear how this went. I've been wanting to interview my friend Jen for a while. She's a great friend of mine. We're both single mamas, and we just have the best conversations. We talk about life so much, and I've been wanting to get her on this podcast so we can really dive in and talk about some of the things that we both identify with. And it was really difficult to find time to get together with her and to bring her into my, what I call the studio, to do this podcast. So I gave it a shot to do what we call the remote recording. But guess what I did? I did not tell her that I was recording her at first. So it was so fun because we have a very natural conversation. We talk about some really cool things. And eventually she found out, and I told her that we were recording. So it was great. She knows. I called this Me, Myself, and I because this conversation and this topic really derives from what exactly do you go through sometimes when you're just by yourself? What do you do on your own? What do you think about? What do you do to fill your time? And do you do things right? Do you do things healthily? Do you lose your mind? What do you go through? So we discussed some things like how we relax and if we use our time effectively. Do we get some of the things done that we really want to get done? Are we spending time the wrong way? Doing dating apps and filling time with boys and not the right boys, dealing with catfishes and crazy scenarios. Well, I don't really want to give it too much away. I would like you to just listen to the conversation and enjoy what we talk about. It's pretty cool. But overall, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that those people that are out there by themselves today, tonight, or maybe your children are with your ex-spouse, or maybe they're asleep and you're listening to this, and hopefully you get some giggles out of it. Hopefully you listen to it and feel, once again, like I've said before, that you're just not alone in this. We're all going through the same kind of journey, but in just different ways. And I love that we get to explore some of the challenges and wins and falls with this. And single mom life, single dad life even, is not an easy one to navigate. And we got to navigate it together, okay? So sit back, relax, get yourself a drink, coffee, water, wine, whatever you want, and enjoy this episode. Woo! Me, myself, and I, that's what I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on, I'ma be my own best friend. Yeah. Hey, Jen. What you doing?
Dinner.
What are you making?
I am making artichoke and kind of like a leftover rice made into a mushroom risotto.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Thanks. I know I don't really go all out when it's just me, but I mean it's the stuff I had in my fridge and leftovers, but I'm spending a little extra time tonight.
That's good. It's so funny because I have no kids here, and I'm experiencing some of the most unique feelings of weird excitement to get home because no one's home and I could just enjoy my own house by myself. And then when I'm here by myself, I'm literally I don't know what to do with myself. I feel weird and discombobulated or something. I don't know how to relax fully. It's weird.
Yeah. I know this is something I've been working on. I can totally relate to that. Totally. I especially because before I had Daniel, so if I wasn't with Owen, and I felt overwhelmed by that sometimes too. But all I wanted was some space. I wanted to be alone way more, and then now alone, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I know exactly what I'd be doing with alone, but I'm not motivated to do it. Well, I wasn't. I'm getting there. I'm working on it, but for a while I haven't motivated to do anything with that time.
Yeah, it's funny. It's we spend all our time with somebody else wanting to get our alone time. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I have all this stuff I could do. When I was doing my chores, I was doing this and that, but I was like, I could go for a run, I could go to roller skating, I could go do the things I like to do. But then it dawned on me, it's like, that's probably the stuff I like to do to go get away. And now I'm just here by myself. I'm not motivated to do that, but now I'm like bored and lonely feeling, even though there's nobody in particular I want to be around. It's weird. It's like, and then it's like I've hit with all these feelings of guilt, like, okay, so my kids aren't here. I'm sort of at peace with that and I'm enjoying it, but then I'm like, does that mean that when they're here, all I'm trying to do is get away from them? And then I'm just feeling like the worst parent on earth, you know? So.
Yeah, and you're not. You're not.
I know, but
but it's true. There's a lot of I can like totally relate to everything that you're saying. There's a lot of like guilt and shame because I do feel like that. Like I'm ready for him to go when he goes to his dad because I'm like, oh my god, I just like feel overwhelmed. I have so much to do, and like I have so many things I want to do, and then like I don't do them. But you know, I've just been trying to be a little bit more like kind to myself about that. Like, it's okay if I don't fucking do shit because maybe that's what I really need to like figure out what makes me happy. I don't know. Yeah. I can't say I've been handling it the healthiest of ways, but I'm making an effort to try to like find me again because I feel so much overwhelmed that I don't do anything useful with that extra time. I'm so like grateful for this extra time that I have to myself. So many parents don't have that, you know, ever. Or even like if they do, it's only sometimes. Like I have it every week. Like what's my fucking excuse? Like I can get it together, but maybe I just needed to like feel the shit about doing nothing to feel like I don't know. It's self-love. It comes that like we forget how to love ourselves and how to be kind to ourselves.
Yeah, and it's, you know, we just fill our time with people and tasks all the time. And always there's always a mission to be completing something, to do something, and it's driven from our maternal mother role, right? And then when it all stops, then it just feels so odd, like or like when we're not with our kids, we're at work, you know, so there's a task there always that we have to complete, a mission, and then we come home and it's just so hard to, and then for me it's like, gotta be doing my podcast, maybe I should be writing music, gotta be doing the show. It's still, I just can't let go, sit down, do nothing, watch a movie without feeling guilty. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's so strange. I can still relate to that. Yeah, I like, have all these aspirations. I've paid for a $4,000 or $4,500 course that I haven't done with, and I have so much fucking time to do things with it. But I've been filling my time with spending a lot of time on my phone looking at Tinder or Bumble or BDSM sites or like messaging with people I've met on those sites.
Yeah.
Like planning for them to come over and have sex with me. Like this has been my like focus. It's been my focus. I actually did so fucked up, but I did actually like stop with those after I told you I got catfished, right?
Yeah, you did, but did you tell me, I don't know if you told me the details of it, like how did it come about? Like was it a real complete, like somebody just looked different, or was it like a complete different person? Like how catfish were you?
So it was the same person, I think, because he sent me his license, but he was like, maybe he looked like he had 10 years on him. And he wasn't that attractive in his pictures, but I thought maybe he'd be cuter in person, especially because he had like a really like good sense of humor, and he was quick, and it was like good, like banter. Like I mean, he was like, you know, interesting. And then like when I met him in person, it was not that. He was like weird, and he smelled really bad, and he looked a lot different than he did before. And then he was just weird. Like he had said something. Okay. So at one point I had mentioned I have a little boy, like I have a kid, and he put like, and then I had put other things in the message, and he had like, you know, heart the message, right? So I didn't think anything of that. because it seemed like I didn't think anything of it. It seemed like nice, innocent, whatever. I didn't even notice it. Maybe I don't know. I didn't even notice it until I got back to it. But when we were sitting, well, I went to the restaurant with him, even though I didn't want to. I just felt like, I should just at least like be nice, have one drink, and go. And then we're at the bar, and then I'm already like disgusted because he's just like, he smells bad, he's different, he's weird, he's definitely like, I don't know. And then I just wasn't feeling like good, and then I started to get bad vibes from him, like creepy vibes. Like at one said something, he mentioned that he had loved the text message where it said I had a little boy.
Oh God.
And then he was like, that wasn't what I meant. I don't know, it was very weird. It was awful. And then I was like, wait. I don't know, maybe I was reading into it just because of all the other creepiness, but like just generally I got a bad vibe from him. And so he was like, are you gonna have another beer? And I was like halfway through mine, like drinking it fast, and I was like, no, I'm kind of full. And then like 2 seconds later I like finished the beer, and then I was like, I have to go to the bathroom. And I go to the bathroom and I call a lift. And so I'm waiting in the bathroom for a little while to like let the lift try to come. And the lift is on its way. And then I go out there, and I think I noticed at that point that it was like going to be longer than the quote of time. And I walked there, and I was wearing leopard pants. And so I was like, fuck. So I walk out to the bar, and I was like, hey, I'm going to get going. And he's like, are you sure? Why? And he's like, are you sure? Or something like that. And I was like, yeah, like, I just don't think I can do this or something like that. And then I think I said, I'm not ready to do this. I don't know. And then I said, I will, and then he goes, okay, like, goodbye, take care, or whatever. And then I leave. And I go outside, and I'm like looking at my phone to see if the lift is coming like sooner, and it's not.
Oh man.
And I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna walk home. But like, I was afraid he would get in his car and follow me. But I mean, he had to like foresee me when he was driving by. Even I just don't want him to know where I live. He creeped me out.
Yeah.
And so I'm like wearing these very loud pants, and I'm ducking through alleys and like trying to. the ones that I wore to your party.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm like kind of like running through alleys.
Oh my God.
Without being seen, because I was just like so paranoid about this weirdo.
Yeah.
And then so like the lift was like calling me, and like, we're here now. I was like, I'm sorry, I was too freaked out to even cancel it. Like, just charge me the $5. I don't need it anymore. They ended up refunding me for it. I didn't ask them to at all. It was really nice.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the creepiest fucking thing was when I was leaving the restaurant and I was running, kind of like getting out of there. He sent me a text and said, hey, I won't pester you, but I just want to know why. Did you feel like you got catfished? Who the fuck says that? That's creepy as fuck.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't tell you that story yet?
No.
Oh my God. I feel like I've told it a lot of times.
No, you mentioned it briefly. You were like, oh, we have to catch up. So,
yeah.
Wow. So what, did you respond to him when
then I deleted all of the social dating apps. I had a couple of people that I was chatting with, like, before, one who's been trying to hang out, but I'm not feeling it, and I just don't want to. I don't know. I think, like, I know me, and I know that I'm going to want, like, I need to learn how to live without fucking sex, like, for a while or whatever. But I feel like I don't, like, when I have a connection, like how I have my Monday boyfriend, he didn't call me today, but when I have my Monday boyfriend, when he calls me, I'm like, yeah, cool. But if he doesn't, like, call me, I'm, like, also, like, yeah, cool, this is better. And, like, and usually when he does, I'm like, no, like, I'm resistant because it's Monday. I'm like, I'm tired from the weekend. Like, I have to fucking get back to work tomorrow. But he, like, comes from, like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 o'clock until, like, 9. And he leaves, and then I get my rest, So he's perfect. But I don't think about him when I'm not with him, or when it's not Monday. Like, I think about him on Mondays only.
What? Who is